Okay, so tell me if you can relate. You buy something, you bring it home, you put it away, and you never see it again because you forgot where you put it. Well, today that's what I want to talk to you about. If that sounds interesting, if you can relate, stay with me. Well, hi everyone. This is Crystal from A Crystal Clear Life, where we focus on planning, organizing, and living a more simplified life. And today I feel like I'm coming to you with a series called Welcome to Getting Old. I just recently celebrated a birthday, and I realized that the older that I get, the more things that I start to forget. And let me tell you, that is another great reason that I love to use OneNote. Now, I say that, but really today's page that I'm going to make with you really has two purposes. As many of you know, my husband also recently retired, and today's page is called Where Did I Put That? Well, if as you have more and more people in your house that are helping to take care of things and, looking for pruners, looking for hammers, looking for this, looking for that, it would be nice for them to know where those things are stored. Okay. The other thing that we are running into is we are buying replacement parts for little projects that we're doing around the house. Like these are the little rubber feet that go on the bar stools in the kitchen. And we had to replace a couple of them, but of course they come in a pack of 12 and we don't really need all 12. So we have to put these in a place that we'll be able to find them again and that both of us will remember where we put them. So we were laughing and joking and we said, we really should put a page in OneNote called Where the Blank Did I Put That? and So here we are today. That's what we're doing. Another thing that I got that's not something that I normally keep in the house, it's new technology, is I got one of these little photo printer kind of things, which I think is really cool. But again, this is not, do I put this with my office supplies? Do I put it with my camera stuff? Where am I going to put, the film and all that stuff, the box and all that stuff that goes with that little case? So, where the heck did I put that? That's what we're going to do today. All right. I have to laugh because, the older I get, the more I tend to forget things. And I think that's a normal part of life. I just attribute it to all the things that I have stored in my brain all these years. And now that I can relax a little bit, maybe I don't have to remember all that stuff anymore. And OneNote is a great place to write stuff like that down. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to stop talking. Let's get into this video. Like, subscribe, all the things, and let's get into this video. Okay? All right, well, here you can see on my screen, I made myself a little title today that says, Where did I put it? And that's what our page is going to be about. Many, many years ago, and I'm sure that you've seen on other planner sites and that kind of thing, there's a popular page called When Did I Last? And I have a When Did I Last page. And this is put where I put things that I don't do every month or I only do once a month. And I want to make sure that I've done it. Some things on here like, replacing your toothbrush heads or turning your mattress or cleaning out your purse or purging your photos, that kind of thing. It's nice to know, when did I do that last? I also have on here things like when I changed, the car, had the oil changed in the car, when I did air filters, all that kind of stuff. Okay. So this is a chart that I like very much, and it has helped me a lot. That's why I was thinking the chart that we're making today will also be very helpful. Okay. So all I did is I came into my 2025 life planner. As you can see here, I am in my home section because most of the things that I'm going to be storing here will be for or in the home. And I went and I added a new page. So I just clicked on this add page and it came up with an untitled page. And I simply put in my title here, Where Did I Put It? Now, this title and the When Did I Last title, both of those, I just made them in PowerPoint. I just took word art and changed the font and put, color behind it. No big special thing. You don't have to do all that. You could simply write text and highlight it. It doesn't matter. You can make it as functional or as pretty as you would like. But the first thing that I want to do is I want to go up here and I want to give this page a title. So I'm going to give it the same title. Where did I put that? Okay, and I'm going to leave that there. I have lots and lots of things that have come into the house recently, like I said at the top of this video. Parts for projects that my husband has been working on since he's been retired. There were some extra screws and things for the greenhouse when we put that together. And so where are all of those new things going to live? All right. So I want to create a chart for myself or a table for myself so that I can keep track of some of that. Okay. So now that I have my title and my title is sitting here in this container, I'm going to try to keep it all contained in this container. And I'm going to go down here and I want to go up to my insert menu and I'll go to table and let's do maybe a 4-column by 4-column kind of table. I haven't really thought this whole process through. I'm doing that with you here on screen, so I may make a few changes as we go. We'll see. But the first thing that I was thinking of is I need to have a date for when I put something away. And I need to know what the object or the item is. In this case, it would be these plastic furniture feet, okay? Or in this case, it would be the Canon Ivy mini photo printer. Okay, I've not used this yet. If any of you guys have used this, please let me know down below how you like it. I think it's going to be really good, but I've got to get that set up and I haven't done that yet. Okay, and then I want to, I know what my object is. I want to know its storage location. And then I want to put any notes that I have about it, like, for example, that this camera should also have, extra paper with it or something like that, okay? Just any notes that I have or links that I might need to include for that. And we'll get to that in just a minute, okay? All right, so the date, I don't need a very big field. That's fine. The object or item, I want to give myself a little bit more space here. So to move the width of the table, all you do is you go to the line that divides the 2 columns, and you see it turns into the line with 2 arrows on each side, and then you can drag it one way or the other, okay? And then storage and location, I'm going to give myself a little bit more room for that. And links, I'll give myself a little bit more room for that. And then I'll have my title up above. And that looks pretty good. Where did I put it? And there's some information for me, okay? Now, if I want to, I can also come in here and I can color shade. Am I going with the purple theme today? Maybe I am. And then let's let that text pop a little bit. So we'll come here to our font and we'll change it to white. And there we have it. Okay, so nothing fancy. I can center these if I want to. I can go through there and highlight my titles and go up here and center them. And that looks a little bit better to me. Okay, all right, so the concept is that you take something like these extra parts, and I'm going to add today's date. This is the 8th of April. And what are these? Well, these are plastic furniture legs. So I'm going to add that in there. Plastic furniture legs. And where are we going to store those? Now, I am fortunate that I have a basement in this house, and in my basement, I have some big industrial style metal shelves that came from an office building. They were throwing them away, and I said, no, you're not. I'll take them. And they're great because they're metal and they have lips on them about that big underneath each shelf. And I have taken some like business card magnets that are, about business card side, and I put white paper on the front of those, and I have them labeled. Of course, I have them labeled. And so there's a shelf down there that's for seasonal things. So there are Christmas shelves, there are Easter shelves, there are fall and Halloween shelves. My husband has one of those shelves that has extra tools and things on it. The filters and stuff go on there. So in my mind, that's where these are going to go. Okay. So I'm going to put down there on, and I'm going to call it Michael's shelf because that's what we call it, on Michael's shelf. And oops, let's spell that right. And there is going to be another shelf there that is called extra parts. Okay. And the extra parts are going to be for the kitchen. And so I've kind of stored the extra parts in like the little shoebox containers, that you get. And there's one that says bathroom, and that's for the extra parts for like the faucets and the towel bars and that kind of thing. I have one that says bathrooms. I have one that says kitchen. I have one that says, living spaces. I have one that says office, and that's for extra parts for, the printer has new wheels and things like that. Just strange little things, but I figure if I put it there in a box with extra parts for a particular room, it will be easier to find. Okay, so these little plastic furniture things are going to go on Michael's shelf and the extra parts shelf in the kitchen box. Okay, all right. Now I'm going to make a note here that these are for the bar stools and pub chairs in the kitchen. All right. And so you see this gray chair right here over my shoulder. It's for those. Okay, so I have 2 pub tables here, and then I have a couple other bar stools along the bar in the kitchen. Okay, only certain ones of them are needing to be replaced because the stools are 25 years old, and so the feet are starting to wear out. Okay. All right, so that's great. That's for that. Okay, now this thing, let's see, same kind of thing. What I want to do, and I'm going to give it the same date because it's the same day that we're doing this. And I'm going to say that this is the Canon IV Mini Photo Printer. Okay, and the storage location for that is going to be in the, and you're going to think this is pretty funny, the IV cabinet in the office / classroom. Okay, so I have a cabinet that I think belonged to my mother's kitchen many years ago, and she, back in the day when stenciling was a thing, she went in and stenciled ivy down the front of this cabinet. And that cabinet kind of holds my washi tape and all of my office supplies like tape and staplers and, all that kind of stuff. And I think that will be a good place to put this, okay? I'm thinking about the shelves that are there. And I'm going to say that I'm going to put it in the drawer because there's a drawer that I used to keep all the book order stuff in when I was a teacher and we did Scholastic book order. I had an entire drawer full of all the receipts and paperwork and all that stuff for the Scholastic book order. All that stuff is gone now, but there's room in there for this. So the ivy cabinet in the office or classroom, and it is going to be in the drawer. There's only one drawer on that cabinet. There's 2 cabinet doors at the bottom and then a drawer, open shelf, and then 2 shelves up above. Okay. All right. So now I'll know where that is. And this will be, the printer will be stored there and extra paper. Okay. All right. So you're getting the idea. Let's make sure this word is spelled right. There we go. Okay. So you're getting the idea of places where these things should be stored. Now, there's also, as I was, doing a little bit of beginning spring cleaning, and I found this box. We just finished the project of building the greenhouse, okay? And I have this box left over that has a few extra screws because they send you, a few in case you drop one or they get stripped or whatever. And there are a couple extra parts, a little hinge on there and just a couple of extra things, okay? And so I'm going to put today's date for that one as well. And I'm going to say these are the extra greenhouse screws and parts. Okay. Now, the storage location for that, first of all, I thought, well, should I store this in the greenhouse? And the greenhouse can tend to get moist, of course, because that's where you're growing things. So I think that it is also going to go down on Michael's shelf, extra parts. So I'm going to copy this and paste. And then instead of it being in the kitchen box, it's going to be in the outdoor section. So let's see, I'm going to say outdoor box because I have a bigger box that has extra parts for like, faucet, little O-rings and all that kind of stuff. So there's a bigger box that has some more outdoor stuff in it. Okay. All right. Now, a place for links. I wanted to show you how to do a link. So for example, if I go to my projects and things that we've been working on, you see right here is the greenhouse build. Okay. And if I click on that link, that will take me to my husband's original project thing about, drawings for the greenhouse and how to level it out and all of that kind of stuff. Okay. So, and as you can see over here on this side, there is also other pages, about the greenhouse, how to do the foundation and, all of these kinds of things, laying out the pavers for the floors and all kinds of things. Okay. Way up here at the top, he has like a page that is the basic information to tell you that all of these subpages that you see over here underneath, like this one, okay, are about the greenhouse, okay? So what I want to do is I want to be able to link to this little section in his notebook. So I'm going to right click on that and I'm going to say copy link to page. And then I'm going to go back to my notebook, which is the 2025 notebook over here. Okay. And when I go back to our home section, where did I put it? I am going to paste that link right there. And you can see it says Greenhouse Costco Yardistry. Okay. Costco is where we bought it from. Yardistry is the manufacturer. And if I want to know what that project was all about, I have that information right here, okay? So the extra greenhouse screws are on Michael's shelf in the basement, and it's related to this particular project that we did, okay? All right, so one more thing that I want to show you, kind of that same kind of concept. Again, just finishing up with this project. If you go back to my project list, you can see another project that I wanted to do was to update our wheels, okay? And so I have a link here. So I can simply go in here and highlight this and copy that, okay? And then if I go back to my home section, I can say, actually I put these away the end of last month. So 2025, original wills and papers are in the safe deposit box and registered at the courthouse. Okay, and then over here I can again paste that link for that project so that I can know that when I go there that this is all the information that we have about the wills and all of that kind of stuff. Okay? All right. So I like being able to have that linked information as well so I can keep track of things where they are. All right? Now, you might think that this is a crazy thing to do, and if you're much younger than me, it probably is a crazy thing to do, but like I said at the top of the video, misplacing things is getting to be a more common event. And again, like I said, when you have, so I have my adult daughter who lives at my home, and I have my retired husband who now lives at my home. So instead of me being the primary person who goes around the house and puts things away and answers that question, hey mom, hey honey, where's the, instead of being able to be the one responsible for that all the time, it is nice to be able to put it somewhere. Everybody in my family has access to my planner page, and if they want to know where things are stored, they can go and look it up. Now, you might say to yourself, well, Crystal, how do you know where to find this particular page? Well, the search feature here is really, really nice, okay? So I'm just going to jump to a different page in April so that I am away from this section so I can show you how the search feature works. Okay, so no matter where I am in my planner, if I am looking for something, I can say, well, maybe I put it on my where did I put that list? So I can go up here to my search menu. I don't have to know where that page is. Just type in where did I put that, and you see where did I put that is in my planner right there, and it takes me right back to that page, okay? All right, so I think that is really, really helpful. I am hoping that this page helps me keep track of things a little bit better and allows the other people that live in my house to be a little bit more independent when looking for parts and things for projects that we have been working on. Okay? All right, well, let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you having trouble from time to time remembering where you put things? Maybe you buy a present for somebody, and then when their birthday comes around, you can't remember where you hid that present. Well, if you're like me, I can start adding presents on here as well. That would be a good thing to do. So I hope you found today's video helpful. If you did, please go ahead and give me a like. Hit that subscribe button if you have not already. Turn your notification bells all the way on. And until next time, here's hoping that you can live a more simplified and organized life through better planning. I use OneNote. Okay, until next time, bye.